I'm gonna wear a fucking anonymous mask and be fucking Edge.
Literally. So what you have to do.
So look, in a matter of how many seconds did this take? Oh, it's so fast. It doesn't even tell me how fast it takes anymore. Look, that's how fast this shit is now. It doesn't even tell me how fast it took to take this question and answer it and give me all this information. That logistically destroy. I don't know where to get it. I don't know. Let's see. You can go to Binance, Coinbase, Electrum, Trezor, Ledger, blockchain.com, etc.
When you found a supplier.
I really think I'm gonna fucking, after I upload this fucking video, I think definitely, like, this part is gonna get cut out, obviously, right here, for sure. Because I'm gonna do a dab and everything. But for the most part, like, this is gonna get cut out, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upload this video tomorrow. And after I'm done uploading it to YouTube, I'm gonna copy the link and I'm gonna comment the link into this guy's comments and be like, I disproved everything this guy is saying. As far as I'm aware, in 14 minutes and 43 seconds, I've obliterated everything this guy has fucking said. Everything this guy said. Yeah, look, how many views is this? I mean, okay, 3 months at 37,000 views is not that good, but the subscribers there's 264,000 subscribers. So you have to comprehend, this has 264,000 subscribers putting out bullshit like this. Yeah, you see where I'm at. I'm at 195 followers. I have 13 subscribers on YouTube. Look, you got to comprehend, Lewis. I know you're still here. You're cool. You're awesome. I appreciate you. You can't see it, but like, trust me, other people have been popping in, and some stay for a moment, but for the most part, other people are coming in and they hear like 3 seconds, 5 seconds, and they're out, right? Which is fine. That's cool, bro. They can make their decisions. Free will. I'm totally for that. All I'm saying is this information, even not terrifically, is still being pushed harder than the information I'm attempting to present to you.
You have to move out of the UK jurisdiction by using maybe a neobank where you can swap your GBP for either dollars or euros or Swiss francs or something like that. Then so the FCA only have jurisdiction over GBP. That's it. They can decide where you can and can't spend that because they have jurisdiction over it. But the moment you convert your GBP to either euros or dollars or Swiss francs, it's those central banks that have jurisdiction over that currency. So the Bank of England and the FCA have no jurisdiction over what you spend your euros or your Swiss francs or your dollars on. They have no jurisdiction. So you have to move out of their jurisdiction and then find a supplier that's willing to provide you genuine Bitcoin when you transfer your alternative currency to them.
The crack out, brain rot, dead motherfucking shit this guy just said, bro. I am so dude, you're like a gem. You're like a gem. You're like a diamond in the rough, sir. I don't know who you are, bro, but I appreciate you. You are the perfect example of what I'm talking about explicitly when I'm talking about stuck in a dualistic mind frame. Look, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. Look, check it out. This guy thinks that the one world order, or the new world order, is attempting to make the one world order through Bitcoin by supposedly hijacking it because the UK people, London, are restricting people in the UK and London in some way that obviously isn't real, buying the proper Bitcoin versus the fake Bitcoin when the rest of the world has no issues buying Bitcoin.
So it's not as easy as that, then, is it? For someone who's living in the UK, you know, the average Joe, and he wants to invest, it's not as easy as that, then, is it? Just go out and just...
He's asking the question, right? It's not that easy. How easy is it for someone in London to get Bitcoin on the original legacy address? GG. For someone in London, UK, obtaining Bitcoin sent to a legacy address starting with 1 is straightforward. If you set up your own wallet to receive it, here's how it works. And what to consider: getting BC to a legacy self-custody wallets like Electrum-based wallet, hardware wallets, mobile wallets with legacy support, lets you generate legacy wallets easily. Electrum Desktop lets you explicitly choose a legacy when creating a new wallet. After setup, share your one address and others to send BC, chain transactions, buying Bitcoin and letting using guys. You'll typically buy BTC via a UK-based exchange or service first, e.g. Coinbase, Kraken, Lunin, Crypto.com. Obviously, makes sense. However, most exchange currencies provide set WIC3 BC deposit addresses only, don't support legacy deposits. And then after you get it, all other servers may similarly disallow deposit to legacy address for technical or fee reasons. QMoin especially won't credit legacy deposits. Other servers may similarly disallow. If you exchange doesn't support legacy deposit, buy BTC on exchange using GBT bank transfers or cards. Withdraw BTC to your legacy address from your wallet, then receive and store BTC locally using your legacy address. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, pretty sure it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. You can create legacy wallet also. More bottom line, there's no ban in the UK on legacy address use. You can generate and receive Bitcoin in one address anytime. The main caveat is making sure your exchange supports drawing, not depositing to a legacy address. The main caveat is making sure your exchange supports withdrawing, not depositing to a legacy address. If your exchange doesn't allow direct legacy deposits, just withdraw to your legacy wallet after purchase. Like, it's that simple. Bang! And obviously, as we've already covered, it doesn't matter which format you're on. It's all the same Bitcoin. It all got approved by the blockchain that is run by everyone that runs the blockchain. Not a government. There is no one controlling it. No one entity can take over the blockchain.
Just buy it. Like the way they make it sound.
It should be that easy, but they're purposely making it hard. And the reason they're making it hard is because I'll tell you the economic power that this thing has. So what Bitcoin is, Bitcoin effectively gives you access to your own private supercomputer. And your own private supercomputer is the Bitcoin network itself. The Bitcoin network can do over 1 million transactions per second with an uncapped block size. You can do HD streaming, social media, upload photographs, live streaming, telephone calls, literally absolutely everything. And everything that you do on the Bitcoin network is private between you and the individual that you are transacting with, which means that this lot can't data store is the Bitcoin network itself. The Bitcoin network can do over 1 million transactions per second with an uncapped block size. You can do HD streaming, social media, upload photographs.
Can you upload images to the blockchain network? You can embed or store images on blockchain, yet it usually isn't practical or cost effective. Here's how people handle it with pros and cons and why most opt out. Bitcoin stamps, ordinal, small images, 24 pixels, and get paid 64 code transfers. It cost me nearly 130,000 sats to upload part of an image in Paste 64. Wow, bro. Fees can run into hundreds of dollars. So yeah, no one's fucking doing this shit, bro. What is he fucking talking about? No one's uploading images onto the fucking blockchain. They're logistically buying or selling Bitcoin. Hold on. How many transactions did he say?
Live, you can do over 1 million transactions per second with an uncapped block size.
Uncapped block size. Is there such a thing as an uncapped block size? There's no uncapped block size in Bitcoin Core. The main PT Bitcoin chain is strictly enforces a block limit 1 megabyte base, effective up to 4 megabytes with set with block weight. Other software forks have introduced configurable or unlimited block sizes. Bitcoin Unlimited, a node implemented initially on Bitcoin, now mainly on Bitcoin Cash, where miners and node operators set their own block limits, e.g. 1 megabyte to 16 megabytes, works by signaling preferences with rules to avoid accidental forks. If enough nodes agreed, big blocks become valid. Yet, it didn't gain majority consensus on Bitcoin, so never took off there. Again, a fail. Like I said, bro, anything that tries to he's essentially taking all these fucking like little things that's happened, right? Like these little moments where someone has tried to do something to the blockchain to fucking affect it in a negative way. And every single time, as you see, I've looked up this is now, I don't know, maybe the third different thing that's popped up that states that, oh yeah, it's tried to do something, but didn't fucking pan out.
You can do HD streaming, social media, upload photographs, live streaming, telephone calls, literally absolutely everything. And everything that you do on the Bitcoin network is private between you and the individual that you are transacting with, which means that this lot can't data scrape any of your information. So your information remains private. And not only does your information remain private, because it goes up loaded onto blockchain technology, they can no longer delete it, which means they can't censor the truth. They can't take it down. And the truth always comes first, because a lie is a derivative on the truth.
And see, you have to... What the fuck did he just say? A lie is a derivative on the truth. Okay.
And so that's what this lot do. The truth comes out, they then slander it, and they delete it, and they get people believing a whole load of baloney. So now, for the first time in history, we actually have a digital network where digital information cannot be deleted, which means you can trust it and you can follow it back to its source. So therefore, you can check it out. And that's what they don't want. So you would buy Bitcoin to use the network to have sovereignty over your data. Now, to give you an idea about how valuable that's worth, if you are a tech company like Google, like Amazon, like Visa, like MasterCard, you cannot afford to lose a record of any of your customers, especially not if it's a financial transaction, which means these companies spend millions, if not billions of dollars securing their own centralized servers because they're vulnerable. Whereas now, you can put all of those digital transactions on the Bitcoin network for the cost of a micropayment, meaning you can get rid of those millions, if not billions of dollars of overheads and securing your own servers. So you buy Bitcoin to use the network to save yourself millions, if not billions of dollars. And at the same time, it's fixed in supply and going up in value and being used as a medium of exchange. The economics of this thing is absolutely insane. And that's what they're concerned about.
That's absolutely mental. It's so much to listen to, and you're thinking, bloody hell, my head all this time.
Yeah, obviously your head is spinning because he's saying a bunch of shit that sounds fantastical. Fantastical, I say, because the word fan means fanatic, and fanatic stems from being a religious zealot. That's what fanatical is a religious zealot. Now imagine a fanatical fan of a sports team. Do you see where their mentality comes from? Extremism. So, comprehend, he's speaking to someone who has no knowledge of Bitcoin or how it functions. And in this, I don't know how long I've fucking been talking, but in this matter of me breaking down less than 20 minutes of his interview, I've already proven that this guy is incompetent to be able to even be interviewing someone who is going to talk about such things in this manner and has no ability to ask him proper questions to the things he's saying.
I was thinking a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So, can I ask you away from that? I want to ask you something.
You're right. It is a show, and it's definitely not a good one. Like, I have to finish watching it. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. I don't know how many times I'm gonna stop and talk. I don't know. I don't know. I just know I have to finish watching it at least.
What's that?
And then I'll get on to Warzone, and I'm gonna have fun doing that today. After doing this is amazing. I told you, this is the gym. I don't know how I found this. I don't know where this came from. It's amazing.
With you yourself, you go out and you giving all this information out. Could I ask why you do that?
Yeah. Because, like I said, we either have a common money used by the people to create government that works for the people, or government will create currency to control the people.
You already
We
said
are
that.
cruising towards a totalitarian one world government. And the only
Comprehend, bro. You're already in a totalitarian world. You've never been free. Every single form and system of governance has been through tyranny. Democracy is the lowest form of tyranny in the scales of democracy or the scale of tyranny, excuse me. Oligarchy is the worst. Totalitarian, dictatorship, democracy. Do you see the list? We've always been in one of these four systems. We've never not been in any one of these four systems. He thinks what is about to happen hasn't happened. Do you see what I mean? He's delusional. Everyone was born into this fucking shit I'm talking about. I will debate anyone ever, and I'm only getting stronger.
way out of it is if we start using a common money. So let's talk about money. The word money is an amalgamation of two words. It is a monopoly commodity. So going back to the four things that circulate within an economy, let's talk about what a commodity is, because very few people know. The word commodity is an amalgamation of three words. It's first of all something that's common, so therefore it's only ever been extracted or grown. It's then been itemized, so in other words, packaged, like bottled, barreled, boxed, or something like that, and then uniquely identified so that you have a claim on that item, like the item of coffee, the barrel of oil, something like that. So a commodity is a common item identified, and you can see it in the word commodity, commo, C-O-M-M-O, and then IT, item, and then D-I-T-Y, common item identified. That's what it is. So what happens is when there are two people transacting with one another, you can barter, you can swap like for like. However, when a third person comes into trade and an economy is created, you then need something of common value to share between you all, where you can exchange your unique goods and services. So the only thing that will do is something that has common value to everybody, which has to be a commodity. And a commodity only gets its value from its usefulness. If something is useful, it's valuable. If something is useless, it's worthless. So what happens is, when these mediums of exchange that are commodities are being used as a tool to enable, encourage, and accelerate the facilitation of trade, they will outcompete one another until everybody uses just one. So what happens is, when a commodity monopolizes a market due to its ability to be used as a medium of exchange, it becomes a monopoly commodity and recognized as money. So money takes time to emerge. Whereas currency, for example.
That's why Bitcoin is starting to take off right now, because it's been 16 fucking years while it's accumulated a fucking market cap of $2 trillion. Bro, this dude is the most, one of the most, like, brainwashed, dude. He indoctrinated himself in such a horrendous way, bro, that he has no, like, concept of what he's even talking about. Like, yes, to a degree he sounds intelligent because how he explained commodities is correct, like, in all sense of the parameters of how he explained it. Yet, what after he's explaining the commodity part, he connects it in a way that makes no fucking sense.
Currency is just simply a circulating security. You put those two words together, and a circulating security, well, a current flows and circulates. So a circulating security is currency, and a security secures your entitlement to the value of the money. But if you remove money from currency, that's when you end up with securities fraud. But because they don't want us calling it securities fraud, they were just like, let's just tell them it's fiat currency. And because they're stupid, they'll be all right with that. Now, the issue with fiat currency is that if you have one single central source that has the power to create currency from nothing and put you in debt and charge interest on that, then eventually, unless you can increase your prices in line with inflation or somehow reduce your overheads, if you're a small business, you're fighting an uphill battle to stay profitable and in business. And so either your business will be taken over by a larger business that can take advantage of economies of scale, or it will go bust and the bank will sweep up. So the bank has an interest in destroying the economy in order to take over your business because they print currency from nothing, which has no value. But when
Bro, everyone know, bro, what are you fucking talking, bro? What, oh, bro? The word salad, bro, that is coming out of his mouth right now.
they take your business from you, that business is real capital. And if you start looking back at history, you'll see that the UK banks have actually been doing this a lot to a lot of small business owners.
The UK has been scamming people through banks longer than the United States has fucking existed, guy. What the fuck does that have to do with Bitcoin, bro?
So the banks have an interest
Other than the fact that Bitcoin is the reason why all that's going to end.
in making sure your business goes bust so that then they can put it on their books to recapitalize their own value. So to give an example,
Here's a 30-second
Commercial.
bedtime ritual you can do to awaken your pineal gland. Did you know that your
I already
pineal
awakened
gland's
my
inability
pineal
to connect
gland.
with
when World War I first started in 1914, they introduced the Bradbury pound. And the Bradbury pound was an interest-free credit note, meaning there was no interest owed on it. But because there was no interest owed on it, the banks couldn't make any profits from it, which is why they withdrew it in 1918. But imagine we are conducting business in an economy where we have no debt. If there is no debt, we start living in abundance. But that's not what they want. So we have to somehow come up with a money that they don't control. Now, if you want to know,
No one controls Bitcoin, bro. Bro, how, dude, he's trying to rationalize how they control Bitcoin, but he's never established who they are. He's never even stated anything. Like, look, check it out. You want to know who they are? Check it out. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, 13 bloodlines, the fucking IMF, the fucking, what is it? Fucking, Trilateral Commission. Let's see. Do you see what I'm saying? The Bohemian Grove. Like, they have names, bro. Like, they exist, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? He's acting like they is some mysterious thing, bro. He's never said who they are, not once in 23 minutes.
what the most valuable money is going to be, all you have to do is commoditize the most useful resource. And in today's world, the most useful resource is digital data. So if you can somehow commoditize digital data and make it valuable,
Yep.
Look, and I just I just showed that, like, no one's doing the whole thing, like, putting, like, shit on the blockchain, bro. Like, Bitcoin. I know there's, on the blockchain, right, there's more than Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? There's other things, like, other shit that you can put media on. But what I'm saying is, he's saying it from a perspective of Bitcoin. On Bitcoin's chain, there is none of that. Like, no one's putting pictures on the Bitcoin chain. Like, no one's doing that. It just showed that, like, it was like, just to do 24 pixels by 24 pixels was like 130,000 Satoshis. Fuck that. I would never pay that much to put 24 by 24 pixels on the internet on a blockchain.
and use it as a medium of exchange that is outside of their control, they lose control of everything, and we take back we take back what they've stolen from us, and we start living in abundance.
Like, I'm really trying to give this guy a chance still. Everything he's saying needs to be happening is already happening, bro. Like, all I know is, since I started investing 10% of my paycheck into Bitcoin, and I have I've diversified, right? So I have one Solana, I have a little bit over one Solana, and then I have 29 XRP, right? That's it. That's my whole portfolio. I have almost 0.003. I think I'm at 0.0027 Bitcoin. And then I have 1.05 Solana. And then I have 29, a little over 29 XRP, right? And the only reason I have Solana is because on my in my wallet, I have the ability to stake Solana. So I make Solana off of just staking the Solana, right? And over time, I will just get more Solana. Do you see what I'm saying? And if Solana goes in price and I get more Solana, do you see like the converging rate of how that works? And then all that is just to like slowly build up money in a passive way that's separate from my job that I can also sell at some point and just put it all into Bitcoin eventually because I know it's going to go there. Do you see what I'm saying? But for now, I'm trying to use it as a means to like say like, see if XRP goes from what it is right now to say to like $20, bro. I'll be able to sell that in a manner that gives me a lot more Bitcoin. Do you see what I'm saying? Regardless of what the price of Bitcoin is. Anyways, back to this crazy motherfucker on the screen with his fucking gold fucking anonymous mask.
That's what they're hiding. That's what they don't want us to know.
Don't want, like what he just said, don't want us to know. They don't want us to know that
Yo, there's so much information. Like, you know, it's crazy to hear all this. Like I said before.
Again, incompetence. Bro, really? Really? You think you've been hearing dude, he has given you no information, really. He's established how commodities work and what money is. That's the only things I'm giving him credit on for being semi or any close to correct about anything is commodities and how money is.
Or, you know, what we thought it was, it's a complete different thing. And the way they've covered it, you have to rate them for doing that because I don't think hardly anyone knows about this sort of stuff.
No one knows about this sort of thing because it doesn't fucking exist.
And the fact you've come out there, like you said, you've come out there, I feel like you're trying to help everyone who is trying to get this knowledge that you have and get it out there. So I think it'll be useful to a lot of people. And that's why, you know, even when I spoke to your friend and I said, no, I'd love to get you on, it was to give everyone a real insight. And I'm glad you're doing this now before I've invested anything because, you know, I feel a lot of people after watching this will now start looking into.
Like, look, here's the thing, right? He's saying that BC and any other form other than one, the original legacy address is a scam, right? Yet my Bitcoin is currently in BC. My address is BC, right? Yet my wallet is protected by 24 words that only I know in the whole fucking world. I'm the only one who knows those 24 fucking words. But he's saying that my Bitcoin is a scam somehow. How? I have full control over the Bitcoin in my fucking wallet. Regardless of the format that it's under of the address, I still have no one can get into my wallet, bro. My wallet is only on this computer right here in my room. I don't have a Exodus wallet on my phone. I don't have no mobile way to move my wallet around currently. It is on my computer. That is where my Bitcoin sits. No one can get to it. So like when he says the other forms are bullshit, you see how it's very difficult to take him seriously when he says that, especially with all the information we've covered today on this topic.
The real Bitcoin instead of what they think they have, which they, you know, because if you speak to a lot of them, like a lot of my friends who are doing it, you know, the way they speak about it is they're looking at retiring in 5 years.
I am looking at retiring in 5 years. And I, again, already covered that all three different addresses that he's talking about is all the same Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin.
Looking at retiring in 10 years. And some of them, I know, they've even sold their own homes and started to invest in this so-called Bitcoin that isn't real at all from what you're saying. How would they now, you know?
Did you hear that? Did you look? I'm gonna break down some. Behavioral psychology.
What isn't their own homes?
Listen to him. How he listened to the.
And started to invest in this so-called Bitcoin that isn't real at all from what you're saying. How?
You can tell in the tone of his voice that he's not being authentic, bro.
What would they now, you know, what would you advise someone who's in a situation where they've done it all without knowing, put a lot of money into it? What would be your
They probably made a fucking shit ton of money. Comprehend, people that invested and bought 60 Bitcoin 10 years ago are millionaires today.
advice to them?
So again, I can't give any financial advice because
Because you're a fucking idiot.
obviously I can be sued for that. But what I can give you is
You cannot be sued. What? He said, did he say he could be sued for giving financial advice? Watch this, watch this, watch this. Check it out, bro. Hey, I think everybody should buy some Bitcoin. If you're really feeling squirrely about what this guy's been saying, you can buy it with the legacy address. No worries.
the education that they don't want you to know so that you can then make an informed
There's that they again. Look, and the dude is clamoring on that. The guy interviewing has not even asked him once, who are they that you are talking about? Who are you? They explicitly. Do you have names? Can you tell me?
decision. That's what this is all about.
Comprehend. I'm like an investigative journalist's most worst nightmare. Like, I'll investigate the investigation and then investigate that, which is myself, to see how much I can figure out is the truth or not the truth. I'll investigate till there is nothing left to investigate because everything has been exhausted in the investigation profusely because I looked at that shit 18 motherfucking thousand times each.
So people think that BTC is like extremely valuable with it being $100,000 per coin at the moment. Let me tell you how you work out the true value of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So a kilogram
The true. This is how we work out the true value of, because I made it up.
is a unit measurement of weight. So if I said to you, I have a kilogram, your question would be, or what do you have?
Okay, I apologize. I tried. I had to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, I fucking feel so much better, bro. Like, holy fuck, I don't even know how long I was holding that for. At least an hour, I think. I think definitely I've been having to go to the bathroom for at least a fucking hour. But I can't help it, bro. I'll fucking talk. I'll fucking hold. I don't know. I'm really good at fucking waiting on stuff. I'm patient. All right. What the fuck were you saying?
Kilogram of.
Of oil, yeah.
And if I said to you, I've got a litre, again, it doesn't make sense because a litre is a unit measurement of volume. What do you have a litre of? A litre of water, a litre of oil, a litre of coffee? Like, what do you have a litre of?
Hold on.
You work out the true value of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a kilogram is a unit measurement of weight.
Right.
So if I said to you, I have a kilogram, your question would be, or what do you have a kilogram of?
Of oil, yeah.
And if I said to you, I've got a litre, again, it doesn't make sense because a litre is a unit measurement of volume. What do you have a litre of? A litre of water, a litre of oil, a litre of coffee? Like, what do you have a litre of?
In the same sense of how he's using this example, the guy asking him questions should have been like, who are they exactly that you're talking about that has done this and manipulated Bitcoin in such a way that no one fucking knows?